wonder, are you familiar with a certain personality by the name of Shi Zhengli? Professor Shi Zhengli has or had been the head of research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. In 2004, Professor Zhengli and a team of virologists began to do research on bats, presumably for the purpose of finding out how coronaviruses infect humans, trying to solve the mystery of the SARS outbreak of 2003, which took the lives of over 800 people. Known in China as the Bat Woman because of her adventurous expeditions into caves in search of bats, Professor Zhengli and her team began to engage in a science called viral genome sequencing. Viral genome sequencing is a method of medical research designed to produce viral replication. That is, it defines how a virus is constructed in order to replicate it. Of course, in their own case, this science, according to them, is being done in order to understand how the virus is built so they can break it down, according to them. In a magazine article, and the magazine journal is called The Scientific American, published in June 2020, it asserts that early last year, Professor Zhengli and her team published reports of the high risk of future outbreaks as people begin to encroach into forests, cutting down forests, building roads, and they published this article stating that more outbreaks would happen as people begin to encroach into territories exclusively reserved for creatures like that, virus-borne creatures. And in that article, they identified countries like India, Brazil, and Nigeria as possible hotspots where viral infections are likely to emerge. Quoting her recently while addressing the press about the pandemic, Professor Zhengli said, and I quote, "The Wuhan outbreak is a wake-up call. Bat-borne coronaviruses will cause more and more outbreaks. We must find them before they find us." Now, I don't know who them is and who us is, but that statement is extremely sinisterly cryptic and really dangerous. Besides, how can she be so sure that it's going to be a bat-borne coronavirus outbreak? Strange. But are you thinking what I'm thinking? They prophesied about the virus. They told us it's coming. They said it's inevitable. And hey, guess what? The virus is here. We told you. Incidentally, the global pharmaceutical industry is dominated lock and key by China. In more ways than one, this so-called new virus is not as novel as is being claimed by the mainstream media. Jesus Christ declared that coronaviruses would plague the earth over 2,000 years ago. He said it. It's in the Bible. Okay. I know he didn't say coronaviruses per se, but it's actually one of his great promises found in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7. He spoke of pestilences in diverse places, pandemic. But in the preceding verse, he said that the end is not yet. And he also said something that I'm excited about. He said, "See that you be not troubled." I'm excited about that. I'm happy about that. Because you see, that means that I'm not supposed to be afraid of coronavirus. Why? Because he already said it was coming. before Professor Zheng Li said it, he said it. Would you be afraid if you were forewarned that something unsavory was going to happen? Would you be afraid if God had warned you already? No, you wouldn't. Rather, you would be prepared by God against it. If God be for us, what can be against us? By the way, Jesus Christ described these times we're living in as the beginning of sorrows, not the signs of the end of the world. So these things that are happening are not a sign of the end of the world. Rather, he says they are the beginning of an age called the beginning of sorrows. Why does he call it that? The beginning of sorrows. Well, because the earth is in mourning because of her bondage to corruption and decay, because of man's sin and its resultant effects. And you see them, the Amazon depletion, the hurricanes, the flash floods, and people being displaced, and of course coronaviruses with Professor Xi Zheng Li. Now, why should you not be troubled? Let me tell you why. Simple reason. Your laptop has an inbuilt system for detecting viruses, doesn't it? Is it a new laptop? Of course not. It's fairly used. But it still works, inhibiting viruses from going viral in your laptop. A brilliant invention by man. Well, God, who invented man, also invented in him or her an immune system that detects and destroys viruses, bacteria, or any foreign invader in your body. When a virus enters the human body, it hijacks the cell's machinery and begins to make copies of itself, corrupting the organs of the human body, much like your computer. However, there's a set of cells in your body that are called B cells. B cells are so important for you because B cells manufacture something that are called antibodies. Antibodies are powerful protein cells whose work is to detect and destroy viruses, bacteria, and any other foreign invader in your body. Now, how much antibodies we need is not yet clear to science, but what is absolutely certain is that an abundance of protein in your body gives the B cells raw materials to produce antibodies that destroy viruses. An abundance of what? Protein. There is no protein in Bomo. There's no protein in Shaki. There's no protein in Roundabout, Egufe, Flyover Eba, and all that greasy stuff, that fried stuff. There's no protein in pastries or soft drinks. I believe the best way to safeguard a product is to depend on accurate information from the manufacturer of a product, not the user of it. In Genesis chapter 1 verse 29, God, in the beginning, in the original, when he created man, and I'm talking about us being original now, God instructed mankind to feed and diet on fruits and vegetables. But we have cultured our taste buds for many other things. Your richest sources of protein come from fruits and vegetables, and they come with a whole lot of superlative benefits that are absolutely beneficial to your health and well-being, and they help us exhale a new breath of life, like the new creation that we are. Thank you so much for watching Quenu TV, and you need to know that God is watching over you and he loves you.